Welcome back into the Sports Source. This segment brought to you by the Topoco Lodge. Whatever type of getaway you're looking for, they've got it. If you're just looking to relax, a little sanctuary, they provide it. Beautiful 120-acre area there in the mountains right beside a flowing river. But if you're looking for adventure, they've got that too. That's kayaking, that's mountain biking, trails. They do it all. They have it all. Topoco Lodge. Visit them on Facebook and also check out their website, topoco.com. Okay, guys, let's flip that last segment. Tell me what position you have the most doubt about. And I expected someone here to go where most fans would go, and that's quarterback. I don't know that anybody's going to do that, though, because Sterling put that as his most confident spot. So just tell me, and we'll come back to quarterback if I need to. What's your spot of most doubt, Daniel Hood?
I'm actually going to stick with the defensive line, and I don't know if it's doubt. It's just there's no big names that I can really think of.
Yeah.
And you lost your number one edge rusher this year. So who's going to come in and pick up that role? But at the same time, I think you got a great defensive line coach who proved 2 or 3 years ago when you lost your big players, they came out and played even better. So that's the one when I look at it, I'm like, it's a toss-up. It could be great. We could have another great year, or it could be average.
Yeah, you got the turnover with Tracy Rocker gone, but you do have your assumption is that the defensive coordinator and the head coach are handling that. Yeah. Where are you going?
I'll have to jump on board on the defensive front, just because, like he said, they don't have that one guy that you're like, okay, in 2 years he's going to be playing on Sunday, right? They just don't have that guy, specifically from a speed, strength, athletic ability. And if you run a 3-4 or a 3-5 like they're going to do with a nose guard and 2 defensive ends, you got to have a stud defensive tackle, a nose guard. And I don't know if we have that. And then I don't know if we have the athletic ability at that defensive tackle, those outside ends, to really kind of make things happen. So then it puts a lot of pressure on your linebackers. It puts a lot of pressure on your defense to have to create blitzes to put pressure on quarterbacks. So now your one-on-one situations with your defensive backs, you're doing a lot of different things where if you have some guys that can create pressure on a quarterback just on their own, I don't know if we have those people yet.
Okay, so nobody puts quarterback
as
their most concern. I would say, I'm going to guess, maybe you're wrong, I'm going to guess most people at home are saying, yeah, quarterback, I'm concerned with quarterback. No knock on Jarrett Guarantano, but we haven't seen him yet play with consistency. Last year it was supposed to be, okay, Jim Chaney's going to fix it, and it didn't. Now, that's the thing. He has his moments where he carries you to victory. He has other moments where he just makes really bad decisions at times. I don't know that I trust that you're going to see a big step forward. I would hope so. It's certainly within the realm of possibility, but I don't know of a reason to say it. The other problem is you don't really know who your backup quarterback is at this point. Again, you're having to go by what the coaches are saying. You've heard good things about J.T. Shrout. Maurer was your number 2 guy last year. So is it Shrout? Is it Maurer? What about Harrison Bailey? Well, they're not having as many reps right now in practice to get these guys up to speed. So I still have concerns about the quarterback's position. Throw in the fact that I mentioned this last week. The knock on Guarantano from so many broadcasters watching, that you would hear this every week, a little late on that throw, a little late on this throw. Maybe that will be sped up because he's more familiar with this offense.
Yes.
At the same time, take the best receivers off, and now you got a bunch of new receivers out there with him. As a quarterback, could that cause you to be a little gun shy with where you're going with the ball if you don't trust these guys to be at their spots?
Well, that's an awesome segue to what I thought would be the position would have the most concern for me would be receivers, because you got 2 guys that are on NFL rosters right now that was your main guys last year. So I'm looking for that one guy to come up and step up at the receiver position, which I know we haven't. That's how we recruit. As far as Jarrett's concerned, at quarterback, when you have confidence in your offensive line, you'd be surprised how much faster you can think, because you're not taking that 1 second to look at a D lineman to come knock your block off. And I can tell you, he will react faster as far as getting the ball out, as far as him being gun shy with the new receivers. You run routes that they're comfortable with, and route combinations, they can adjust to if you have sight conversions. You get simplified and you get more accurate. I tell you, I like the potential of what Jared Garantano can do, but my concern is having that receiver come and fill in the holes of the two guys we lost.
Yeah. And for those who haven't seen it, Juwan Jennings actually cut by the 49ers yesterday.
He's cut?
But my guess is that's just so they're going to put him on their practice
That's what
squad.
I was thinking.
Somebody may
Absolutely.
grab him before they do. Okay, good enough. We'll come back. We've got a lot more to cover with these guys. I want to talk about Cade May's situation and transfer rules. I want to talk about, players are getting more power these days. Athletes are getting more power. There's no debate that is a good thing for the athletes. It's a fair thing. But is it a good thing for college sports? We're going to add, these are former players, so they got an eye on this side, but now they're adults who like the college sports. They may have an eye over here, so we're going to try and get them cross-eyed. That's a little later. Next, though, if you're a guy, you need to watch this next segment. If you're a female and you got a guy in the other room, get him in to watch this segment. We do it once a year. This is Prostate Cancer Awareness Month in September. It's an easy disease to catch. It's an easy disease to beat if you get it early. We're going to talk about that next. It could save your life. Saved my life. Come on back. We'll discuss it on the Sports Report.